when in my era you had an option or a choice, you were either going to be a teacher or a nurse. Those were the careers that were open. And I think I have many mentors or many women that I looked up to in the nursing profession. My culture is very important to me. I'm of Czechoslovakian descent. Knowing how they came over to this country, they settled in Tabor, my hometown community, and it was there. They're my mentors, and some of those people are still alive, still very active in the community, and what they give of themselves is that it's all about the giving and making things better, and it's not necessarily about receiving or being the one getting the credit, but it's doing and making an impact on other people to make that difference. In Yankton County, there hadn't been a female mayor, or in the city of Yankton. And so again, I saw this as an opportunity, and that a woman could do it. And so we're a mayor commission, city commission, so really the commission elects the mayor. So among the commissioners, served my 2 years as mayor of Yankton. I think about some of those early days, and even when I was a page and peer back in the early 70s, I think of one example, probably an example that made me want to be an advocate and made me want to go to the legislature. One morning, there were very few women in the legislature in the early 70s, and one morning we came on the floor, and there was a feminine hygiene product hanging from the speaker of this representative female's desk. And, you know, that just stopped me in my tracks. And I thought, what in the world is being done here? And someone was trying to make a point. And all that did was, in a way, it made me feel bad, but at the same time it said, you know what, this is not right, and women have a right to be here in Pierre, and women contribute to what's going on in the state of South Dakota. I believe that leadership is built on establishing trust with whoever you're working with. And I think if you can establish that trust and you use it in a positive manner, that only reinforces your ability to work with the colleagues in the legislature and to either convince or maybe not support something and be able to be listened to. I think that's a lot of the pieces that I see in the legislatures. Not everybody listens to everybody, but if you've got that trust and that respect, then that's half of the process right there. And sometimes I can be too direct, and people get very uncomfortable about that because I'll go straight for the question to, you know, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not that kind of person. I'm looking for the answers and let's get to a conclusion. And sometimes that can be rather intimidating, and that can also say that I'm coming on too strong, and it's not. But I just feel that why go all around the periphery? What are the things that need to be answered so that we can act on something and make some decisions and get some actions for a better outcome? You have an only child marrying a middle child, and that middle child is just absolutely wonderful. I can fly off the handle, or I can be overzealous or whatever, and he just sits back and takes it all in ease. I'm the hyperactive, he's the slow, methodical, and he's the support system, and does very well. I think with my family, my father wanted a son. He didn't get one. I hunt, I fish. I'm very much an outdoors active person, so I don't do much cooking. I'm not a great baker, and I'm a lousy seamstress, but I can do the outdoor things, and that's what he wanted, and probably that's where our relationship really grew, because we would do all these things together. My mom was working, and we both acknowledged that, and she did a great job. We had our family vacations, but I guess that's where I got my independence, and I wasn't going to be one of those homemakers, or at that era, I'm not going to stay in the house. I can't do any of that, but give me a rifle and I'll shoot a deer or get a pheasant, and I get great pleasure out of that. My family probably sacrificed out of it because, you know, I would say, well, I've got to be over here, or my job requires me that I have to work today, or I have to put in long hours, and sometimes I put them in the back seat, and I think there's a price that you pay for that, but you have to feel that it's okay. And at the same time, my family was supportive in the sense they've never made me feel bad if I missed something or or didn't get something done, they were never critical about that. I probably put the blame on myself. I'm waiting for God to lead me to that next step. You know, I've certainly had a great opportunity in everything that I've done, and I don't know. I'm waiting to listen to see where that call is, if there's more public service that I can be doing, but I don't have my sights set on anything in particular. When I ran for the legislature, I wanted to do that, and I've been able to achieve that, so we'll see what falls into play.